Welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, Orphan Dressen, and today we're going to be looking at all the wrestling news from Tuesday. We start with another match announced for the greatest Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia. John Cena will take on Triple H. This was announced yesterday with the other two matches, but I completely forgot to mention it. I am sorry. But yeah, that'll be an amazing match. And then, according to PW Insider, Jeff Hardy was backstage for last night's Raw. He's expected to be returning to action as soon as possible. He's also been advertised at the greatest Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia. So he wasn't on the show, but it will be back very, very soon. And then during an interview with Sam Roberts, Roman Reigns commented on being labelled Vince's boy by fans. Whether you're somebody who's been in a situation like me, or you're somebody who is new, or has been around for a long time and hasn't gotten the push that everyone thinks they deserve, the bottom line is we're all Vince's boys. And when it comes down to it, what we do for him in this company, he has huge respect for that. You couldn't be him and be involved in this business and run it the way he has if you didn't have the ultimate respect for your performance, for your talent. Fair point. Absolutely fair point. Then we go to an update on Vader. Vader's son Jesse posted the following update on Twitter regarding his father's open heart surgery. This is his son Jesse. I wanted to let everybody know that I just spoke to the surgeon. The surgery was a success, but it was worse than we had expected. Long road for recovery. Will keep you posted. Thank you for the prayers. It was a successful surgery, so absolutely praying for your health, Vader. It's a long recovery, but we believe in you. Best of luck, Vader. And then we go to an update on Shane McMahon. WWE posted an update saying Shane McMahon is currently recovering from acute... I am just going to Google translate that name because I cannot pronounce it in the slightest.
Diverticulitis.
And an umbilical hernia in the New York area medical facility. He's also got an infection and will require surgery to deal with the hernia once the infection has been eradicated. So that happened. Dave Meltzer comments out on saying so that match of WrestleMania is going to be changed. Shane and Daniel versus Kevin and Sammy is likely going to be announced tomorrow. I guess that he went to the Caribbean. While there, he developed a massive infection due to the diverticulitis thing. He was hospitalized in Antigua, flown back to New York, and he's currently hospitalized with heavy dose of antibiotics. He's also suffering a hernia, which they credited to the attack by Owens and Zayn, but he suffered a hernia as well. He had surgery on that after the infection goes away. So he's really in rough shape. That hernia surgery is a pretty bad one. It's not unusual, but it's a very painful surgery. The DEFA thing is a pretty bad deal as well. He's probably not going to be around for a while. I ask about what's going to happen, and it's all kind of broken the last couple of days. Tomorrow we will have a lot better idea what they're going to do, but they're probably going to have to switch courses, go in another direction. Probably Daniel Bryan in the tag team, getting another tag team partner will be the most likely situation. The idea of Chris Jericho being Bryan's partner has also been brought up, but Jericho would have to cancel the Fozzy concert in New Hampshire, which is the same day as WrestleMania. Jesus. And Shane McMahon has now issued a brief statement on a photo on Instagram. Thank you everyone for the get well wishes. It truly helps. I'm healing up and I have the best medicine in the world with me. And this is a picture with him and his 3 children. So yeah, he's legit injured. I thought when I read the WWE post, I thought they were just lying and playing into the kayfabe story. But by the looks of this, with Dave Meltzer confirming it and the Instagram thing, I've got to say it looks like he's legit hurt. We cannot confirm whether the injury was occurred by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn or was before and that's how they wrote him off TV. We don't actually know at this point. But either way, best of luck, Shane McMahon, in your recovery. I do hope you have a quick, swift recovery and you're back to SmackDown Live. And then I have some devastating news. WWE announced, unfortunately, Dean Ambrose will not be able to appear at the WrestleMania Access Premium VIP autograph session on Sunday, April 8th at 10 p.m. They are pleased to announce that Hall of Famers Ric Flair and Sting will be appearing as a premium VIP autograph session. Your Dean Ambrose Premium VIP ticket will still grant you access to the premier VIP autograph session on Sunday with Sting and Ric Flair. This is 4 months into his 9-month recovery. They gave him up to 9 months. Damn. He could be cleared very, very soon. Come on. Come on, Dean. And then when interviewed over the weekend, IWGP Heavyweight Champion Okada was asked about facing someone outside New Japan, and he mentioned The Rock. He also tweeted out a picture saying Rock Bottom, I think it was a restaurant, and he just pointed to it. And the only thing he said was, at The Rock. So, absolutely yes. I don't know if they could get him to go over to New Japan, but if they could, that would be amazing. And then Hulu issued a brief statement in response to the Ultimate Deletion match being edited off the streaming service version of WWE Raw. Our rights to WWE content allows us to post pre-formatted 90-minute specials of Raw. We don't make any edits on our end, but we'll share the concern about the omitted match with the right team here. WWE has released the uncut version of the Ultimate Deletion match, which is now on their YouTube. So if you do want to check it out, I'd recommend YouTube. But yeah, weird how they got it off Hulu. And then AJ Styles recently talks about his future. If he stays with WWE after his contract expires, I don't see why not. If I can still do what I can do, like if I can still be AJ Styles, then I would like to keep working with WWE in a talent form. As long as I can keep going, that's what I like to keep. Then I would like to keep working here. Plans after retirement. I think there will definitely going to be the time I just sit and chill with the family, but a guy like me just doesn't sit at home, so I would like to get back on the road, either as an agent or, more importantly, become a trainer of some sort. Who knows what will be around in the WWE by the time I retire. Maybe there may be a better job than that. So by the sound of it, he wants to stick with WWE for as long as he can. Yes. I'd love to see him as a trainer or whatever. And now Jeff Jarrett's Hall of Fame inductor has been revealed. It is Road Dogg. And they said Road Dogg was at ringside for some of Jeff Jarrett's biggest triumphs inside the squared circle. It's only right that he'll be the person to induct Double J into the Hall of Fame during the 2018 ceremony, Friday, April 6th, during WrestleMania 34 weekend. And of course, there's musical controversy between the two, and it was also revealed that Road Dogg provided the vocals for Jarrett's debut single, With My Baby Tonight. Oh, that's quite interesting. I want to see what Road Dogg's going to say. Can't wait for the Hall of Fame. Check out my live reaction to it if you can. And then, following the recent WCW Thunder episodes, several episodes of WCW Saturday Night are scheduled to be added to the WWE Network next week. About 100 episodes from 92 to 94 are expected to be added. Absolutely amazing, just add everything. And then this week's episode of Raw did 3.366 million viewers, which was up from last week's 3.327 million. Most notably, they did get a little peak in the third hour, which stayed at 3.150 million. They've now managed to massively bring up that third hour now, which is really good. And then I mentioned Kevin Steen, or Kevin Owens, has now changed his name back to Kevin Steen on Twitter. El Generico's Twitter account has now been active for the first time in 5 years. As well as that, who's now doing that, Pro Wrestling Tees currently has its own El Generico merchandise, which lasts until the day after WrestleMania 34. Which is amazing. I'm glad they're selling this really well. And then we go to two more stories I have. Let me just confirm that is two. Yes. WWE announced that SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte is unable to compete for the Mixed Match Challenge tonight due to injury. A fan vote will determine Bobby Roode's new partner against the second chance fan vote winners Finn Balor and Sasha Banks. So we'll find out who his partner are going to be. There's been no word on what this injury for Charlotte is. Hopefully it's not serious and won't keep her out of WrestleMania. We'll have to wait and see. Best of luck on your recovery, Charlotte. Please come back for WrestleMania. I do want to see you versus Asuka. And then we go to the last story. 9 women have now come out and denounced the allegations against the Fabulous Moolah. We have Kaylee... I do not want to butcher names. I don't even know how to even pronounce that name. I'm just going to give you all the women's statements regarding what they've said about Fabulous Moolah. Leilani Kai, a former WWE Women's Champion and lived at Camp Moolah for 20 years, said she had never once drugged any of us. She was a champion, she was a booker, she was a great legend, and she deserves to be honoured for eternity. One man who has been working diligently to shed light onto the situation's wrestling industry insider, Nigel Sherrod, who has been interviewing former female wrestlers that worked for Moolah ever since the controversy broke. He has interviewed 8 Moolah girls so far. The next is Susan Tex Green, former NWA Women's Champion. The question was, how much money did Moolah take from you? She responds 30%, which I signed a contract. I didn't have a problem with that. She was putting me in the ring in front of people, in front of the writers who put my face and picture out in magazines, so I took that all in strides. As for allegations on Moolah pumping girls, nobody has ever came to my room late at night. Golden Girl Lisa Donnell, the youngest trainee ever at Camp Moolah at age 16, she never did anything that was inappropriate at all. And me being the youngest person there, like they said, she was pimping the girls out. That's just ridiculous. I would have been one of the ones she pimped out. I was young, fresh girl, you know. Moolah's daughter, Mary Ellison, you know, the one that allegedly people were claiming that had wrestled when she was injured, sick, everything like that, says, I don't know who made up the rumours, but it's a lie about Sweet Georgia Brown. I don't know who brought that up, but she did go with Buddy Lee, Moolah's ex-husband, when they split. Some of the girls went with him and some of them stayed with my mother. The ones that went with him, I wouldn't be surprised that they were drugged and prostitution involved, which would be back on him, not my mother. Brittany Brown, multi-time champion, says, if anything like that ever did happen to me, I would be flown back home to Boston faster than you could ever write her name down, and I'm sure most everyone that I knew would have too. I saw the contracts, it's spelled out word for word by the penny what percentage she took. 40 years later or 30 years later, for people to say, oh my god, I can't believe she took 30% of my pay, I should have been getting that. Well, no, you signed a contract, you wanted to be on TV so bad that 30% was okay with you. Was it high? I don't know. But if you thought it was, you shouldn't have signed it. Little wrestler Diamond Lee on Moolah pimping out wrestlers. That's a lie. It never happened. Whoever's saying that is crazy. Native American wrestler and former tag team partner of Luna Vachon, Wyona Littleheart. No way. She never pimped me out. As far as I know, none of the other girls that I know. Former WWF star Peggy Lee Leather. No, she was not a pimp. She was my booker. She booked me for a certain percent, and all that about being a pimp, it just makes me almost sick inside, because that's saying I was pimped out by the Fabulous Moolah. She was nothing but a businesswoman, a shrewd one. On allegations by the late Luna Vachon about Moolah forced her to take inappropriate pictures for a local doctor when she was underage, I think it was Dr. Goldstein. He liked women's wrestling, and he liked to take pictures of them. Moolah would just, approach the girls and just ask them would they like to go out there. I know several of them that went out there. Not one of them told me that he did anything derogatory in any way and mentioned anything about sex. When Luna got there, she'd already had 2 children at the time and she was going through a divorce with her husband. She was in her 20s when she got to Moolah's. She wasn't 16. And the last woman was Joyce Grabble, which I've already covered. So there is the other argument for Moolah not doing any of this. Where this leads us, I do not know. But unfortunately, we're out of time. Just I'll keep up to the story as much as I can. Now, anyway, if you have enjoyed this, please give it a like. Please support me on Patreon. Link on the description below. Subscribe.